Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. It is July 15th. Lisa, Scott, Dillon here. Dillon's been up all night covering the storms. You're probably wondering what storms, if they didn't wake you up, because it's pretty nice outside right now.
Yeah.
We'll get to the forecast in a minute, but of course, we are live every weekday morning on Facebook. It stays on your feed throughout the day, so you can watch it whenever it works best for you. We also make it into a podcast. You can find that at inform.com/podcast. Just look for the Inform Minute or anywhere you find your podcasts.
All right, Dillon, overnight, the storm made its way through the region. Wasn't severe, but it was pretty loud for a while. It dropped a good amount of rain in some spots.
Yep, so nothing severe in Fargo. West of Jamestown, there was a few severe storms in southwest of Jamestown for hail the size of 2.5 inches. That's what it was warned for. That happened at 2 in the morning and nobody was awake. So we don't actually have any verification of that. If you have damage, you can send it our way. And then there was another severe storm for a little bit near Valley City. And then there was one south of Fargo. It included Cass County, but did not include Fargo. It included Windermere. Leonard was in this severe thunderstorm warning. Wahpeton eventually was in it too in a separate one. But that heavy storm missed it to Fargo, to the south at least. It was loud though, woke up people. You know, I was on air for a couple of times early this morning before the show just to, Fargo was okay, and the strong storm was to the south of Fargo, which was capable of 60-mile-per-hour gusts. Some tree limbs down, the usual storm reports, but I haven't heard of any significant damage this morning. Now those storms are well in south central Minnesota, and there actually was a tornado warning on that same storm that started in Jamestown, that went to Valley City, then south of Fargo, a tornado warning near Wilmer about a half hour ago.
Oh, wow.
Same storm. So that was the one storm that kind of was the strong one of the bunch. The rest of the storms were mostly just general thunder showers. We still have a few up near the international border this morning in northern Minnesota. And the rest of the day, no more severe weather. It's done with. A north breeze, 10 to 20, getting rid of the humidity. So
that's
good
huge.
fun.
Yeah.
It's
I don't mind the heat, it's the humidity.
The humidity gets to be a lot. It was a warm weekend for sure.
It was a tough weekend. Yep. And so the humidity will be gone by tonight, and then tomorrow, Wednesday, and Thursday all look to be mostly humidity free.
Oh,
Nice.
That'll be nice. Temperatures middle 70s to low 80s, so some just good summer weather upcoming.
yeah, not bad at all.
But the heat will come back.
Yeah, 10-day
let's say.
forecast. A little heat on that.
Yeah, it's coming back. Yep, by the weekend it'll be probably back to the middle to upper 80s, maybe low 90s. So.
All right, well,
Before we let you go, can you talk a little bit? I mean, today's stormy weather is coming off a kind of wild weekend as well.
Yeah, so as expected, last Friday was we were all messaging that there would be multiple rounds of thunderstorms over the weekend, and there was. Friday we had some, Saturday we had some, and then last night. But yeah, Saturday storms, there was a few reports of hail damage and wind damage, but the most significant thing was a tornado that was west of Wahpeton, east of Windermere along Highway 13. It was on the ground for about 40 minutes, which is pretty long.
Yeah, a long time.
It was mostly, thankfully, over farmland, cropland, and groves of trees. It did not hit any structures, at least that was a report. It was rated an EF1 tornado, and there are a ton of pictures of it all over the internet. I have a ton on my Twitter page, my Facebook page, you can find them all there. But yeah, thankfully nobody was hurt from that or anything, but it definitely did storm, and it stormed again, of course, last night. So we knew it was going to be a stormy weekend. Most of the afternoons were fine.
Yeah.
It was just the evenings into the overnights, and that was the forecast, and that's what happened. Look at us, we're right once in a while.
Every once in a while.
Every
So if you get some pictures, or you have those down, you're still looking for pictures, whether it's from the tornado or the hail. What you said, like tennis ball size hail. That was, So if you did get it, it would be nice to see some pictures.
Yep. Always send pictures. It could be a rain report. It could be pictures of the storm, pictures of any damage. Weather at WDAY.com. We appreciate it. And then we can relay that info to the weather service and then get the proper damage survey out if it's needed. So.
Okay. And hopefully Dillon gets some sleep now today.
Probably not.
Probably
thanks,
not.
Dillon. All right, in national news today, the Republican National Convention is going to start in Milwaukee. There's now safety concerns with that, of course, following the weekend attempted assassination of the former president, Donald Trump. So as part of the RNC, aside from all of that stuff, the party will officially nominate its presidential and vice presidential candidates. Former President Donald Trump has pretty much all but officially locked down the presidential candidacy. The pick for his running mate, though, is still a bit of a mystery. It's widely believed that the finalists for that pick are North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum, Florida Senator Marco Rubio, and Ohio Senator J.D. Vance. Trump says his running mate will be at the convention, and his campaign confirmed over the weekend that Burgum is going to be in attendance. He will be speaking alongside South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem and other past presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy.
New this morning, a crash knocked out the traffic lights at a busy Fargo intersection. Xcel Energy crews worked several hours overnight to get the power back on. We're talking about the intersection of 13th Avenue and 10th Street South, which most of us on the First News crew like to take that, go north on 10th Street, so we had to detour, and maybe I took 8th Street, that's all right. But it was closed for a while, luckily fixed and back open by the time morning rush hour. But it appears that a Jeep hit a light pole there in that area. We are working to find out if anyone was hurt or is facing charges for the crash. We do have a message in to Fargo Police, so stick with us for updates.
All right, a man is seriously hurt after a rollover crash just east of Devil's Lake. The North Dakota Highway Patrol says 62-year-old Keith Haroldstad was driving west on Highway 2 Sunday morning when he went into a ditch, hit an approach, and then rolled over. He was taken to the hospital. He's also facing a DUI charge.
Meanwhile, we have learned the name of the man facing DUI charges after a crash in Cass County over the weekend. The North Dakota Highway Patrol says 54-year-old Robert LaRasse was headed north on Highway 18 on Saturday night. When he rolled his vehicle, firefighters actually had to cut the roof off his pickup to get him out.
All right, the Twins limp into the All-Star break with injuries to some of their key players and a crushing loss as well. A look back at the first half of the season, plus UND snagged one of the top high school linemen in Minnesota. He actually turned down NDSU and SDSU. You'll meet Michael Wagner. That's on Hot Mic with Dom Izzo, live from 9 to 11 this morning on WDAY Extra and our website, inform.com.
And remember, now it's a great time to get that inform.com subscription. It's an all-access pass to all these news, sports, weather headlines. 99 cents a month for your first 3 months. It's a great deal. Go to inform.com/subscribe to check out that deal.
Make sure to join us for the rest of our newscast today as well. Our next one's at 11, then 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. And we'll be back tomorrow morning with First News from 5 to 7.
Have a great day, everyone.